Hi everyone, we are back with the new episode. Today we have a unique, case study. So we have a guy who started his internship at the age of 18. Right after his 12th standard, he got into an internship, and he's just 23 years old, but he actually has 5 years of work ex, right? So there are a lot of jokes that go out in the market saying that we need a fresher with 10 years of work ex. But he's that kind of a guy, right? Internship started after 12th. He was doing his undergrad studies. While doing his undergrad studies, he followed up on the internship, was interning the whole time, and then got into the same company. And he's been with the company for 2 years after his grad. So in all, he's been with the company for 5 years now. Still not jumped around. So let's hear from him. He's Alan Joseph, and Alan, thanks for coming in for the show today.
Great to be here.
Yeah. So Alan, what's unique about your profile that we really liked and wanted you to really come out and talk to the youngsters who watch our channels is to give a perspective, right? Why the internship first of all, and aren't you bored like 5 years?
So it really depends on the company and the job profile, right? So if the company is growing, they are obviously going to have more and more, new products, new adventures. So these are the things that will, keep you not, you won't get bored with it because you're learning something new, you're doing something new every now and then. So yeah, and plus the job profile, where you are at. So if you're majorly in operations, there may be sometimes, you'll be getting bored with the same task. Right. But yeah.
Like our show's name is Not So Perfect, and we kind of jumped onto the questions. But can you give a small introduction about yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Alan Joseph, and I'm working with the company for around 5 years. So I started off as an intern after my 12th, and basically I was just looking to just do something. I didn't have anything particular in mind, and I just from one of my friends in church, I got to know about an internship offer. So I decided to go, not because of not with an aim to earn money or just to collect certificates. So I just went there, and so the first day was pretty shocking because the office that we had was behind a factory. So it was in an industrial estate and behind a factory. And when I entered the office, there were like only 2 people there. And so that's when I realized that this is just a company that's being just formed. So yeah, so initially I thought I can just intern till my summer vacations are done. And so I just joined for 2 months, and later on I got to understand how the company works, and especially in the starting stage, like when the company is being formed, the vision of the company is being determined, and what products are we going to sell. So that was really fascinating to me, to see and be among engineers who are going developing products and see how the tech side works. So from then on, it was an amazing adventure for me. I sticked around because I wanted to learn about different things. And at that time, the company was just being formed, so they needed resources. So I would say that I was there at the right, I was there at the right place at the right time.
So just coming back to your profile, so you have done undergrad in?
Bachelor's in marketing, management studies in marketing.
And your college timings kind of gave you a lot of free time to?
Yeah, so it was, I guess we would have lectures from 7 to 10:30 most days, and some days till 12:30.
So that means only 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Compared to an engineering student who has like from 9 to 5.
Yeah, so I've heard a lot about it. Right. But yeah, so doing internship, I didn't feel that I had much time, free time, but I was learning a lot. Right. So I was, since the company was just being formed, there was not a particular, like a specific role that I had. It was a multi-role, profile that I had. So
they're just dumping work on you?
It's not dumping work, but it's, learning how to, get that work done. So a lot of works like, in marketing, in operations and in sales. So I was there, everywhere.
And just 18 years old?
Yeah, just 18 years old. So for me at that time, to learn how things are, like it may seem boring right now, but at the age of 18 and you're learning things in your college, and you can actually see that happening in the workplace. So it was really amazing to see that, and that's what got me into this, continuing. And it was not an internship, it was more like a job.
Right.
So, and I treated it as a job, and yeah, that's what
So your studies didn't suffer at all? Like,
it did, but then I'm not an engineering student. I'm just a marketing student, so we didn't have much to study with.
Right.
And in marketing, it was mostly presentations. So you don't have to study. You just one day before you just prep up for the presentations. And
so what were the other batchmates doing, right? They also had the same free time, right?
yeah, so many of them later on they decided that they want to do internship, but in the beginning they were like, "ठीक है यार,
Enjoy college life.
college life." So many of them did college festivals. Where a lot of them, just spent time roaming around.
So you don't regret that? Like you probably lost a part of your college experience?
I do. I have, yeah, some to some extent. I was not able to get into festivals at that time. I thought it was something that I was missing out on. But looking back right now, I did have some fun. It's not that I lost completely on it. So I did go out with my friends. I enjoyed. So weekends रहता तो weekends you can sort of enjoy and get time off वैसा. But yeah, so I would not say I lost my college years just doing internship.
Right. And like, was it fun? Your internship, was it fun or it was like full work?
No, it was fun actually. So being an intern, people know that you can just give them work and expect it to be done because lack of experience. So that's where the founders, the team leaders get really involved with you, teach you how to get things done.
Right.
And it's a fun process to learn new things. And especially me not being from a science background, seeing how apps are developed, how features of the apps work out, right, and how it's adding value to a client. Right. So the app the company that I'm working with, what they did, I never knew that that particular vertical existed for me. So that was something new for me.
Understood. So like a niche operating space that you...
So before I did my internship, it was all about Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook social networking site banao, and that's how you can be an entrepreneur. But getting into internships, I got to understand the different tools that we're using. So uske liye bhi ek market hai. The different tools we are using, the different tools we are creating for our clients, uske liye bhi ek market hai. So that's how I got to know ki this is how the world works. Understood. There are a lot of requirements, and a lot of people are needed to create something to meet those requirements.
So is it that you enjoyed the creation process? So let me come back. So why didn't you go for engineering?
So my brother did engineering, and at that time there were no integrated classes. So right now it's classes plus college mix, so you don't have to spend much time. But when my brother did engineering, he was gone 6 o'clock in the morning, and then he's coming back at 10 in the night. वो पूरा बैग एकदम बड़ा books, heavy books लेके आता था. So, and I never had that capacity of studying so much as compared to my brother. So he did it, but I obviously know it was not my thing. I couldn't do it, so I chose to stick with commerce.
So you didn't like feel the pressure of herd mentality? Arey, the whole world is doing engineering, and
I did, because in my family, my cousins, I'm the only one who's done commerce. They have all done science, मतलब doctors, engineers है. So वो था, but then I was like, I didn't want to regret later on कि अगर if things didn't work out, so it's better I stick with something that I can.
So how did you handle the pressure? Like, first of all, was there a pressure from your family that?
My family was pretty chill, because they have seen my brother working so hard and making a career in engineering. But so they were pretty chill. They were like, okay, you take commerce, but commerce may be CA banna. Okay. So that was the pressure that I had. Ki, I had to compromise, like, okay, I'm doing commerce, but I'll do CA.
So when did you fall out of CA?
Again, when I saw the books. So I had applied for CA, and वो CPT का जो books आया था घर पे, And that's when I told mom, I don't think I'll be able to, do it. So I had paid the money for CPT and everything, but I didn't take classes. Utna mein,
So basically, the book scared you.
yeah, the book scared me.
That's why you took a, what do you say, a refuge in internship.
Yeah, so internship for me was like, कि I saw my friends doing engineering, CA. So वो लोग, they are spending so much time studying, the whole day studying.
Right.
And I'm just, 2-3 hours का lecture है, फिर क्या? So that, sort of scared me a bit कि obviously they're studying.
You had like a early life crisis.
That you लोग इतना पढ़ाई कर, obviously they're going to make something out of their career, right? And I'm here only 3 hours, that too, just 1 month before the exam I have to study.
Right.
So I was scared ki, that's when I thought ki, let's do something. And yeah, but even when I, started internship, it was not out of, ki yeah, this internship karunga, fir ye rahega, I had nothing figured out.
Yeah. So you just went with the flow.
Yeah, opportunity came, I just, took the opportunity and just went with it.
So it's the first time, well, not first time, but first time someone admitting openly that I had no plans.
Yeah, so actually right now, a lot of social media influencers are putting out that, you need to have things figured out. You need to be a millionaire by by the age of 22. So it's not.
Luckily I didn't see that video, otherwise it just scared me.
Yeah, there are a lot of videos, these are the 5 steps that, you can be a millionaire by the age of 22.
Right.
I mean, that's a false, hope that you're giving to, a lot of people who don't know what they want to do.
Right.
And just like any other 18-year-old kid, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know that, sales, marketing kya hota hai, sales kya hota hai,
Right.
what I want to do with my life.
Right.
So internship was really a place where, I could figure out, these are the things that I like, these are the things that I didn't like. Now I can choose, what I want to do.
It's also possibly because you took the internship much more seriously.
Yeah, exactly. So there were like a lot of people who took the internship just because they wanted the certificate.
Right.
And because they thought कि internship में तो ज़्यादा कुछ मिलेगा नहीं, it's just the certificate, that's the letter that is important.
Right.
But as I said, I fell in love with the process of how the apps were developed, why it's being developed in that way, how the clients are using it.
Got around to engineering without having to go through the books.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, because there was no one in the company, it was just the founders in the beginning.
Right.
So I had to work with them. And I had to observe them, see them, what they.
I think the universe worked a shortcut out for you to get into the tech side of things. Yeah, exactly. So now you are exactly, what's your profile right now?
So I'm leading the US market for my company.
Right.
Global and expanding into different other markets as well.
Right.
And European markets, stuff like that. Yeah.
And primarily what, you're into the technical side or?
No, so I'm in the sales and operations side, not into tech. But yeah, I've got the knowledge that's required by a normal, like a basic level, tech guy. Yeah.
So that from a sales angle, right?
And explain it to the clients,
What kept you with the company for 5 years? Like it's a long time, right? Your undergrad is 3 years.
Yeah. So see, it was not like an internship that it was like a single profile thing. 3 months ka internship pe aake karo and you'll get the certificate. वो रहता, then probably yes, after 3 months I'll just move on because there's no other role.
Right.
Whereas over here I was really considered as a like a team member, not like an intern, because I was given a lot of different roles that wouldn't go to an intern, and I delivered on it. So you get roles here and it's upon you to deliver. Right. So I got those roles and I was able to deliver on it, and that's what kept it interesting. Like I was there I started with content creation से फिर design देखने का, फिर design से talking about marketing, get into marketing for the company, and then sitting down with the clients. So I still remember just 1 year into the internship.
That means when you were
19 years old, yeah. So my company had sent me to train regional managers of one of the top financial companies. So that was my highlight of
the internship.
Yeah. My friends were attending, festivals के लिए sponsorship लेके आ रहे थे, and for me it was sitting down in a boardroom, with 20-30 regional managers, right, of one of the top financial companies and training them. So a 19-year-old, so they didn't know that I was 19 years old, right. But yeah, so that was sort of like highlight of my
maybe experiences like that kept you hanging in there for the internship.
Exactly, yeah. And different roles. got me into.
So now when you compare your notes with your engineering friends or with your CA friends, how do you feel you're fared?
So even what I feel is education. Like in India, I'm not sure about abroad, but in India, the textbook are always like 10 years behind, right? And even if they're updated, you won't actually know how a company works when you start working with a company.
Understood.
How you have to deal with people, how you have to be a team player. So yeah, maybe they may have the technical skills and the book part of it, the knowledge about the engineering and different, uh, but I would say that I know how to deal with people, how to manage a team, get things moving forward. So yeah, so that's the the different experience that I had.
So that's a very interesting perspective. So you're saying, you know, you're talking like a 40-year-old adult who's saying that, it's about managing people, it's about moving things.
Yeah.
And probably that's because of your startup experience, right?
So yeah, getting to work with different people, people with with different background and different like design hone do, marketing hone do, engineering hone do. So you're working with them, you get to know them, you know what type of guys they are. Like engineering students, their way of thinking is how to solve a problem.
Right.
Marketing guys, yeah, commerce wale, they are not like that.
Right.
They sort of problem आया अभी क्या करने का वैसा है. Whereas engineering guys, they already into solving the problem. Yes, sir.
Right.
So that's the mind, wo mindset you get to understand while you're working with different people.
So one of the things I'm getting from the discussion here is, will it be really beneficial for the education system to make internships compulsory? Like you stumbled upon it kind of by chance and probably you took it very seriously because you got the early life crisis. So I understand midlife, but at the age of 18 to get crisis is scary. But having said that, do you think it'll help?
It's going to help, but there will be some part of it. Colleges have to make sure that the internship the students are doing, right, it has to be something meaningful, and the place where they're interning. So colleges should verify the places where they're interning. So it should not be like a company needs a resource for like 6 months to do some work.
Right.
So they're offering that internship. So they should look at companies who are sort of going to train the students, so that they can become a valuable asset to the company later on once they graduate. So I've seen that in a lot of good companies what they are doing. And in that the students also feel that okay, this is what I like, let me try out this. And in these companies they have the option of if something doesn't work out, you have a different role available.
Understood.
So I think so colleges, they're doing a good thing here, but they have to take certain steps to ensure that it's the best experience for a student as well. Because I have seen a lot of interns. So when I interview interns, I've heard some interns saying that they got scammed. So they worked someplace, and first month they work, salary nahi aaya. Second month they work, the founder is saying ki we are going to process the salary. Third month bhi nahi aaya, and then sort of
They lose the faith in the internship process.
the next day they find out the company is not there. So it was in a co-working space, a small co-working space, and the company is just not there.
Right.
So it's a bad experience for them, and they feel like that's how internships are going to be.
Right.
Whereas it's not. So it's just a false image that's being built by scammers. So colleges have to verify the place they're working, and if there'll be something valuable to learn.
So tell me this, like from a student's perspective, or rather, an advice to youngsters who are watching our channel. How should they prepare for an internship? From your experience, right? You have done internship for 3 years.
So when you do internships, don't do part-time internships because it's really not useful. You won't learn much. And if you're doing an full-time internship, be in that mindset that you're not in for the money. Yeah, it's there just an incentive. But
Your internships are paid, right?
Yeah,
or was it?
it was paid. Yeah. So one more thing, it shouldn't be free,
Right.
because then interns, if you want,
They will not be valued because if you are not getting paid, that means no one bothers what you do and what you don't do.
so but you should not be in it just for the money, right? You should be there your main aim should be to learn as much as you can, because that's the only time where companies can afford to train you. Otherwise you will go to big companies wo log ka 1-2 months training period rehta hai, and after that you make mistakes, you're out वैसा.
Right.
So here you the mistakes that you make will be tolerated. You learn कि ये mistake क्यों हुआ, क्या करना चाहिए था बदले में.
Right.
So yeah, so be in it for that particular thing, and the experience, how you'll get to learn how to deal with people. I think that's one of the most important thing right now.
Right.
If a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs,
Right.
but you can't be an entrepreneur if you don't know how to deal with people. And when you get into company, you meet people with different perceptions, different background, that you feel okay, I'm not prepared for this. So you sort of work with them, see what strategies work out. Some people may not be good to work with. So you need to have a different plan out, and you try out different strategies on how you can get to work with such people.
That's amazing insight, and what I like about it, Alan, right, is this insight is coming from a 23-year-old guy. Like, you're sounding like a guy with like huge amount of experience, and I think it's kind of because of the internship and the different way that you took the internship too. So this is a guy of probably your age group, who has done it, and he's not trying to build a huge or sell a huge dream, but he's trying to share some practical things that you can do in your internship. And let me come back, like being practical, like what are the internship stipend that companies should actually give interns, which is like decent?
It should be somewhere between 10,000 to 15,000 at least.
At least.
Yeah, because that's where you'll find good interns, and you'll find serious one. Right. Not people who are just there for the letter. And if you're obviously paying so much, you'll find that they are also willing to work hard and
Right.
give their 100%, because
Right.
young guys are the ones where you'll get the most creative ideas out of.
Right.
So they should have the incentive, and it will be good for them. It will be a win-win situation for everyone in the end.
15,000 is a reasonably good pocket money.
Yeah.
Don't have to depend on
And one more thing is that you get to learn how to manage your finances.
at 15,000.
Yeah, 15,000, because it's like you're earning, but then you sort of go independent, and then you feel like, "Arey, shit, I'm not earning that much." Vesa.
Right.
But trust the process, be in it, and
That culture is not picked up yet in India, right? Like being independent financially.
I think once you start getting money, you sort of feel that it's you should not be like a pressure to your parents.
You realize the value of the money.
Yeah. So you sort of feel that okay, let me be independent.
Right.
See, and it's a very proud feeling that you have, that you're independent at the age of 18, 19.
Right.
But
You can buy any shoes you want. You can buy any mobile you want. Don't have to.
But then you have to keep keep in mind that your earnings 15,000.
Right.
And you learn how to save money, and later on you realize that material things are not just the ultimate satisfaction that you get.
That's like a very early realization.
Yeah.
Because typically that realization happens in late 40s.
No, so you go out buying. So it starts with small things. When you're early, the biggest thing for you is just get shoes. So
Right.
you buy shoes. ठीक है, अभी इतना मजा नहीं आ रहा. It was वो जो
Thrill is gone.
thrill is gone. Later on, it's a car.
Right. Right.
Car लिया, अरे ठीक है. It's more about the utility of the vehicle.
Right.
So you become practical over the years.
So after your 12, somewhere around 15,000 is a good pocket money to start off. Yeah. And I think the employers who are hiring interns should also kind of look at those kind of brackets. So you ensure that you are paying them decent so that they can actually be serious about the internship and deliver back to the organization. And we are talking here about Bachelor of Management Studies, because some of the coders, if they hear 15,000, they'll troll us in the videos saying that 15,000 is a scam. It's not for engineering students, and I don't think engineering students will have time for internships, because engineering is like from 9 to 5, and there are a lot of assignments after that to catch up with things. So I'm not sure if engineering students can manage it, but yeah, people who are doing bachelor's of management studies or other undergrad course, they can definitely have time to do something like this. That's a very good insight. So Alan, and so while you're doing this internship, right, for 3-4 years, is there any other learning that you had?
Managing my own self, right? Because you have college in the morning and then you go for internship, and then you come back home at around 8, 9.
Right.
You don't have the energy, but there are assignments, there are presentations that you need to do. So you sort of learn how to, manage your time and get your, life in order, the discipline.
Right. Right.
Because मेरे लिए कैसा था कि I thought कि it will be easy to manage. I got into it and there were some things that I didn't realize कि ऐसा होएगा, ये होएगा, वो होएगा. Like for me, I just looked into the part कि morning I have to go to college. From there on, I have to go for internship and घर पे आके मैं पढ़ लूँगा. But then you realize घर पे आके you don't have the energy.
Right.
You just want to talk to your family, spend time on phone, movies देख के and then सो जाओ. Right. So that's when I realized कि shit, I have to figure out something कि I can study. Right. फिर बाद में you study in the break. फिर college के भी the time that you have between college and internship, you can spend some time in the library, study. And later on I realized it was just कि 1 month before the exams you need to just prep yourself. Right. So 1 month पहले you just need to manage your time very carefully so that you can get some time.
So Alan, we have heard a lot about benefits from an internship perspective, but let me tell you this, like when I'm thinking of my college days, don't you think that did you really have any friends in college, frankly?
I had friends because attendance compulsory था हम लोगों को, तो जाना पड़ता है, you make friends. Yeah, so there was no problem like.
No, but because friends hang out after college, you were never there. Yeah. So did you really make friends?
No, so it's not like college ho gaya and you're just running to internship. You have some time there. Yeah. And breaks you have time. So you socialize with different people and you hang out with your friends. So that was not a problem for me. But yeah, there were sometimes they make a plan and after college, and that's really my internship time.
So how did you manage that? You skipped the internship?
Yeah, I had to skip on that, but then we used to make it in the weekends. Ki weekend chalo chutti hai. Even they used to understand कि internship कर रहा है. Right. So it's not possible for him to really come.
And how much did the internship help you in your classroom?
It did a lot because I can't. For me to study, it's not right. I don't have that ratify thing that I can just ratify things and it stays in my head. Right. For me, it's I need to understand the concept and for it's practical, more of I need to have the practical knowledge about it. Right. So being in internships, we had subjects like OC, organizational so उसमें हम लोग को I used to relate a lot because you understand hierarchy and there were a lot of strategies on how to manage people, how to be a leader among right. Your team. Right. So that it was a lot of things were relatable for me. Right. And usme I could just I don't need to ratify anything. I just need to I understood the concept, so I just need to explain it in my words.
Understood. Oh, okay, fine, understood. So basically, got it. You didn't have to mug up just because you're doing it practically day in, day out. Yeah. You could write out. So were you like a topper in your class?
Not exactly a topper. You have subjects like maths and accounts, right. which you really can't, so yeah, but I would say in presentations, I was very good. Right. Teachers have told me that, and that's when I realized, because I used to go in meetings and, present my right. sales pitch, right. to, some of the marketing heads of, top financial companies. Right. So for me, that really gave me the confidence to, deliver amazing presentations. Right. And a lot of my friends also, they wanted to be in my group.
Because of your presentations.
Yeah. So I noticed that, and a lot of them learned about, how to, deliver presentations, how to, make slides, right. Being with me. So yeah, so I could, set myself apart from my batchmates.
But I think you will be like a very good brand ambassador for someone like an intern Shala or someone like that, because you have so many good things to say about your internship.
But these are my experiences. Now, if you would bring someone up who just got scammed by internship,
No, but I think what adds value to your experience is the fact that you took it very seriously.
Right. Yeah.
Someone who got scammed, even if that person had taken it very seriously, at the end of the scam, they would have definitely got a new internship, which was much better.
Right.
They must have lost 2-3 months of salary or stipend or whatever you call it.
Right.
But the next internship would have been much serious and much better, and the experience from the last 3 months would have added a lot of value to the new internship.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think your learnings, your takeaways from the internship, or your perspective of handling the internship is very different from what I've seen from a lot of people. So like I always say in the show, like our show tends to be a little boring sometimes for people who are watching it. So we try to get a fun segment, by asking rapid fire questions.
Okay.
We do keep the flavor of it, like. In the rapid fire also, we help the youngsters to learn something from it. So I'll have a set of questions, rapid fire, right? You can go at it and take a go at it, and let's see how this pans out. So what's your most challenging thing about adulting?
so I don't think I'm there yet. Like, I'm not like an adult. I'm just in the process.
You are an adult. You're 23 now.
But I don't feel like it. I feel like I'm pretty much comfortable where I am right now. So I'm not like, I've heard from a lot of people that it's a difficult phase to be in. So I'm not sure if I'm there yet, because right now I'm pretty much comfortable where I am.
So you're not at adulting.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Future mein kya hota hai.
So what is the last book that you read?
The Lean Startup.
Okay.
So I've not finished the book yet. It's difficult for me to finish the whole book. I just read some part of it. Yeah, but the book is very helpful because since I am part of a startup, right? So it helps me understand, how other startups have, really brought out their product, and how they have managed their teams, and
Right.
so it's helpful for me and relatable for me.
Do you have any pets?
No, but I would like to have one.
Which one?
A golden retriever.
What was your dream job as a kid?
I think it was to be a pilot.
Right.
And now you are in sales.
Sales and marketing.
And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I think the most relatable to me was, don't lose out on opportunities. Right? When you see an opportunity, just grab it and, go for it. Give your 100% to it. You never know where it lands. You will land up. Yeah.
I have a counter to it, at least in the age group that our youngsters are. Don't use this, advice when it comes to dating. So just don't date anyone because you feel you're going to lose out on opportunity, right? So just a tip, what's your favorite type of workout?
I'm not a workout person. I've started to control on my food intake.
Right.
A lot of my senior management, the founders, they have started doing this intermittent fasting.
Right.
So even I've just sort of doing that, and I feel like even if you're not losing weight or whatever aims that you have, right? I think you feel a lot of healthy and a lot energetic with doing intermittent fasting.
23 is a very young age to do intermittent fasting.
A lot of my friends are doing that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's become like a trend right now.
Right.
Elon Musk is doing it, and a lot of
But Elon Musk is like in his early 50s.
yeah, they are. He is, but a lot of people want to be him in their 20s, so they just follow it. Yeah,
Right.
What is one type of food that you could never give up?
cheesecakes. Yeah, I love cheesecake. Yeah, but have to do it like have it in control.
Who's your celebrity crush?
I think it would be Deepika Padukone.
And if you could have any superpowers, what would it be?
I think the power to just fly anywhere, be anywhere where I want to be at any time.
So like cut down on the flight. But yeah, cool. And what's your favorite social media platform?
I think Instagram, yeah, because that's where I spend most of my time.
So cool, yeah, Alan. So I think we had a very interesting conversation about how to really take internships seriously and how to get the most out of it. So Alan, that you have just seen his discussion with us, he's a guy. He's just 23 years old. He just passed out 2 years back from his bachelor's. So you can compare notes. You can see if you have passed out, if you are doing a bachelor's, where you want to be once you pass out. Within 2 years, can you be, him or better than him, and what you need to do. So one of the things that he really did well is probably taking that opportunity of internship and doing it, I think sincerely. I'll put it like that. He did his internship sincerely, and probably he landed up in a reasonably right place that it went out well. So to all the youngsters out there, if you're looking at internships, do it really sincerely, because your efforts will be noticed, and it compounds. Whatever efforts that you're doing at the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, at the age of 25, when you look back at it, suddenly it has compounded to a lot compared to someone who's just passed out at the age of 22, 23 and had just 3 years of work ex. So take your internships very seriously, and leave us your feedback in the comments. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know what more you would like to see in the future podcast that we do, and we'll try and keep improving. So we are the Not Perfect Show. We hope you enjoyed watching Alan's interview.